Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come where we've got a little bit of a collaboration. This time we've got a collaboration with By the Brush Miniatures. Now, for those of you who don't know, that is actually one of my most recent and one of my most biggest editing projects. I pretty much edit every video that he releases. Now, he releases videos twice a week on miniatures, Warhammer miniatures, so something that I'm not really interested in, and I don't think a lot of my audience will be interested in. But nevertheless, if you are, head over there. And actually, we're going to be doing a little bit of Warhammer ourselves. We're going to be trying to paint a miniature, which I've been watching quite a lot of tutorials over the past week. Well, his tutorials, because I've been editing them. So we're going to see how we can do this. I'm obviously going to be following Scott's tutorial, and we've been given 7 days each to do it. I'm going to be painting 1. He's going to be painting 9. Hopefully he'll get them done. And I think that's it. We're going to see how mine compares to his. It'll probably be a lot more scruffier, because I'm a noob.
Ran into a complication. You can see we've got 6 really nicely primed Chaos Space Marines here, although we have 3 that did not quite make it. I ran out of Gracia spray paint, so we're going to take a trip down to the Warhammer shop now, grab some more, come back, and then finish these poor guys off. So on the way, I would say nearly there, but that would be a lie. I've got 9 nicely undercoated Chaos Space Marines, and I'm now going to go ahead and start filming the tutorial video that Oscar's going to have to follow, which I'll put just up here that you can click and paint your own Black Legion Chaos Space Marines if you want, and I'm going to use this guy for that, I think. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So what I've done is I've started making the tutorial video with this guy, and obviously that counts as part of my 1 week. So gonna just hopefully get that done nice and quickly, because then I can just, you know, paint the rest. So I've just taken the shots for this guy. I've finally finished the first Marine after about 2 whole days. So I've recorded the tutorial of this guy so Oscar can get started now. Obviously I've had a bit of a head start, so I've got to finish earlier than he does, but that's 1 of 9 Marines. 8 to go.
Right, so a bit of time has passed. It's now actually raining. I don't know whether the audio is picking that up, but I'm here and we've got some black over our shoes. It's not the best. It's not exactly how the tutorial looks, but I'm gonna go with that, and I'm gonna see what the tutorial next says. Let's take a little look. Alright, so it looks like we've got a little bit of gold. There's Retributor armor. Alright, so we want any kind of gold trim. The problem with my brush is it's a little bit thicker than we wanted to when we bought it, so it's quite sloppy. If we're very, very careful, we can do it. Like so, there we go. So I've done the bottom of that trim. Let's take a look at what else we can do. Right, so he's got this skull. This skull here is all gold. So we need to go do this. And what I've also noticed is that he's got this little thing here that we need to paint gold. This is hard because I keep missing it. The brush is just not thin enough.
So now that I've finished that guy, I can start painting the rest in bulk, and I'm going to start just with the black armor, and I am painting them all exactly like you're seeing in the tutorial. So check that out if you want to get similar results to this. So I don't think this should be too hard for me. I think I've got quite an easy job here. So we've just begun day 3 now, and this is what we have. I think that's probably the second longest part is the black. I say second because we all know what it's like to paint the trim on Chaos Space Marines. So we are quite deep into day 3, probably coming towards the end of today's session. We've done all the black, but now obviously the most painful part of the process is coming. We've got to do all of the gold. I'm going to definitely get a good start to that now, and then hopefully get a good chunk of that base coat done today, so I don't have to spend loads of time doing all the gold. But once that's done, I mean, there's not too much left to do, is there?
Alright, what else has he done here? He's got the chainsaws. We've got a chainsaw here. His chainsaws are ever so slightly different, but he's coloured some form of blade, so I'm going to make it up as I go and colour in this. I think this will do nicely. And same on the other side. Here he's also got a gun, likewise I do, and I'm just taking a look inspiration wise. He's not done a lot on there, just here at the bottom we've got a little bit as well. And as you would imagine, I'm struggling a little bit to reach the... Right, that has now been done. So the next instruction was Liberator Gold, and just to cover everything over that, so let's go and open this up. And here we go. This does not look so gold. Let's just mix, and we'll just go and paint everything we've just painted with Liberator Gold. And there we have it. Liberator Gold has been applied.
So we are just about to start day 4. So we talked about doing all the gold on day 3, so let's take a look at the progress of how we did. So as you can see, we did that. So hopefully today we can get quite a bit of the gold painted. So that's over with at last. So now we're about halfway through day 4 and I've made a drastic decision. So I was gonna do all of the gold, all of the red, all of the, on all of them. So like kind of properly batch paint them, but given that we're halfway through day 4 and I've finished 1.5 guys, I'm now going to just paint them all individually. The reason I'm doing that isn't to be more efficient, but it's because I want to have something to show after the 7 days, because for some reason I'm painting extremely slowly. I think I'd rather have, say, like half of them done than like half of them done. Like half of, say, like having a half painted Chaos Space Marines, I would rather have 4 fully painted ones. So that's the plan now.
So now it's time to do the Agrax Earthshade. Let's go do that. Just put that all over the gold, pretty damn easy. Don't even need to be careful about it. If I'm not, at least I'm not going to be careful about it, because too cool for school. And there we go. The base lead belcher. Here we go. Right, let's give this a go. So anything kind of remotely metallic, we're going to be painting with this. Be very, very delicate here. So as to get the right bits, it's hard to know because Scott's model is ever so slightly different, so I don't know what exactly is different. But I'm going to keep an eye on the facial details as well, like you mentioned. I am going to admit this isn't the best, but it'll do. Right, so we got Black Templar here, and we're just going to put this over everything. No, not over everything, over any kind of metallic, kind of black looking things. So I'm just going to, I don't really know actually, to be honest with you. I'm just painting random things. Yes, I have no idea whether I'm doing it right or not, but yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Drawing towards the end of day 5, and I have actually got another Marine to show, which is the Aspiring Champion, which is quite good. Glad I've got him done. So I now have 2, so at least it's not going to be... At least I'll have something to show at the end. Gonna try and get this guy done. But with 2 days left, I don't know. So at this point, it's time to panic, because we've sort of started day 6. We have 2 done, and this guy is not doing too bad. He's nearly done, I'm gonna say. and then we'll be moving on to the heavy bolter. So hopefully we can get that done in the 7 days, the 4 of them at least, hopefully. Big stress on hopefully.
So this is the dryad bark, which I'm just about to use now, and this is for all the leather stuff, so let's give that a little paint. It's quite fiddly, this bit, this is. There we go, I think that's everything I need to do. So with this brush, I should claim that the bristles aren't, shall we say, kept very fine. I had this problem right from day one. So this next part, which kind of really requires the bristles to stay together, we're not going to exactly get that. We're now applying what you call a layer of Baneblade Brown onto leather. Right, so we are moving on to our null oil now. I had to wait quite a bit for the dryad bark to dry, but it's now all ready. Alright, so the next step is to move to the corn red and get all the kind of red details down. Now, like I said, I've only got one brush and it's quite crap, so this is going to be a good bit of fun. There we go.
It is now the beginning of the final day, and this is what I have. Now, I hoped to get all 9 of them painted, but I think I just spend way too long on individual minis trying to get them perfect. Like, my speed painting game is just not there. So I want to hopefully try and work on that for next time, but for now we're just going to try and finish this guy. And I think if we get 4 of these done, it's better than nothing. We are like past halfway through the final day, and I mean, yeah, we've made progress, okay, but I'm not sure. All that's left to do on this guy is the leather, because I can't actually see any cloth on this guy anywhere. These bone bits here, and then his eyes, and then I'm gonna base him. I think I should be able to do it. So hopefully we've got a full, a collection of 4 painted Chaos Space Marines. Then we'll be able to see how Oscar's done on his end and take a look at how well he's managed to paint his. So it is going to be my first use of the wet palette today, because I've actually just been dealing with metallics, washes and contrast all day. You don't want to do that at all. My dry wet palette, we need to fix this. So at this point it is pretty much a race against time to try and get this guy finished to the best I can. I think I'm going to have to work on my speed painting ability. I don't actually know what the issue is at the minute. I think it might be that, like, even on some random Chaos Space Marine that, you know, isn't a character of any kind, my sort of like eye for detail is too strict. You know, like if I make a little mistake, I go in and think I have to immediately try and fix the mistake. It just really doesn't matter that much. So I've put the wash on. Next I'm going to highlight the leather. Then I'm going to layer up the skulls. Then wash the leather. Do a bit more work on the eyes. Then highlight the skulls. Then finish the eyes. Do the shoulder. Do the base. That's the plan. But first of all, I'm going to eat some food. As you can probably tell from the lighting, it's beginning to get dark outside. We've got just about enough time to apply the transfer to this guy's shoulder and then do the base. He's got a hair stuck to his head, but other than that he's finished. So we'll get them bits done before we call it a day.
Right, this is the dangerous part. I've got the transfer sheet wet now. I need to get everything as wet as I really can. There we go. We've gotten that on. We'll need to straighten it up just a little bit. Don't know whether you can see that on this camera here or not, but yes, that is on. Do some magic brush work, get that centered up, and then we'll move on to our next step. Which of course the next step is to go back to the art coat and go applying that. In the art coat over that, just to seal in the transfer, which isn't stuck on very well currently, but will be hopefully when that art coat dries.
And here, wow, look at that. That is a mighty 4 Chaos Space Marines. We managed to paint 4 in a whole week, so there's clearly an issue somewhere. I plan on solving it. I want to be doing armies on parade this year, and my thought was to do Chaos because I wanted to include my Bellacore model. Now I'm having some second thoughts, okay? I don't know, it's just, it takes so long for me to paint these Chaos Marines. I managed to get 4 done in a whole week. I'm a bit disappointed in myself, but I am very, very happy with the result of these 4. So what we'll do is we will meet up with Oscar, we'll collect his Chaos Marine that he's painted, and then we'll compare it with mine, see how it looks. I'll get it based for him as well, because he's not bothering with the basing. And then I'll tell him how we did, and we'll take a look at his mini and score it. Judge it. Look at every imperfection and point it all out. I'm joking. We'll just take a look and see how he's done.
And that's everything. Thank you very, very much for watching. I didn't actually get to show you what the miniature looked like at the end. I completely forgot to record that. I went over to Scott's house, gave him the miniature. So if you do want to see his reaction, go over to his channel, go over and watch it. He was actually quite impressed, which means obviously only one thing. I am clearly an expert at Warhammer miniatures. That and obviously his tutorials are very, very good, and that's why you should probably head over to his channel now. I'll put something in the end screen which will be, hang on, would it be yes, that side of me over there. There's a little icon, and go click that. I'll see you then in the next video. We got some big videos coming up in next week or two.